I'm playing a song today called What Matters. It's an old song. I've been writing a lot of new songs this year, but I chose this one particularly. It came to mind the other day when I got extremely stressed about something. Well, look, I'm wanting to put some content out there where I use songs to spark conversation about how to shape a meaningful and enjoyable life. And I'm building a bit of a studio. Bit by bit, I got this lovely microphone. And so the other day I was doing a video and I was really in the zone. You know, I was just like channeling the very wisdom at the core of the fabric of the universe coming through me out there as a gift to the world. And someone in my household decides to take a shower. The shower's not far away from this little home studio. And my new beautiful microphone picks up the shower. Well, I couldn't put that out into the world. I couldn't put the pure wisdom of the universe coming through me to a background track of a shower. Anyway, technology, things not going right. It's just like, oh man. And then I remembered this song. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I thought I'd share it just in case, well, you, being human, might also get caught up in things that feel like they really matter, but maybe don't. I had some things to do, so I did them, and I did them. I was doing and doing and doing and doing, and the list just kept getting bigger. I got so worried, I felt so shattered. I started believing that it mattered. But what matters? Hey, what matters? I want to remember what matters. What really matters? Hey, what really matters? What really matters? What really matters? What matters? I had some things to figure out, so I figured and I figured. I thought that would sort me out, but stress got bigger. I want to shrink my brain, but it just gets fatter, feeding from the giant pile of things that I think matter. But what matters? What matters? I want to remember what matters. What really matters? Hey, what really matters? What really matters? What really matters? What matters? I rushed around all day, trying to succeed. Things didn't go my way. I didn't get what I need. Things didn't go to plan. I didn't turn into Superman. Nothing got resolved at all. So I turned into a tiny ball of fury. I sent myself to hell, I was my own judge and jury. Poor me, broken and battered, caught up with believing that all of this matters. You've heard of a drum solo? Well, that was a head solo, because I don't have any drums. What matters? What really matters? I want to remember what matters. Remember what matters. What really matters? What really matters? Hey, what really matters? What matters? there is an aspect of the self that runs on an outlook of I must, I should, I have to, or else. And that part of us, that reactive self, can get triggered so easily. I coach a lot of people in many, many different sectors of society and industry, and right across the board. When I ask people what matters, I'll often get a response, something like, well, everything matters to everyone all the time in my workplace, in my business, my family. So when you stop and say, yeah, but what matters most? You're sort of asking yourself to make a kind of hierarchy. Think a bit more deeply about what's captured your concern and care. I remember once in lockdown, homeschooling our child, because they'd closed the schools. I remember getting caught up in the must, the should, the have to. Must, should, have to get all her schoolwork done, scanned, and sent by the deadline at the end of the week to the teacher. And the musts and the shoulds and the have to are kind of fueled by an or else. That's what's tagged onto the end. A must, should, have to do X, Y, and Z, or else. And I think this is often in the background, and that was sort of in the background, running stress levels. And of course it wasn't about scanning the latest maths exercise sheet and getting it was about COVID and pandemics and fear and insecurity and health and society, and there's all kinds of stuff, all kind of gets loaded in to these little moments in time. And I remember talking to my wife and saying, hey, like, yes, it does matter to get the schoolwork done. We want to teach responsibility and commitment and completion. That matters, but what matters most is the goal at the end of this to say, gee, we ticked all of those worksheets and got them done at the end of each week. And what we came up with was actually what matters is that there's a love of learning that is supported. You can't always be in that happy place of loving learning. Sometimes you just got to knuckle down and do it. But we'd lost sight of this passion for learning that our daughter naturally had. And just that simple conversation of just naming, look, in the hierarchy of priorities, we should want to remember that learning can be fun. And so we just said, well, if that's true and if that matters, then what does learning look like today, or what might it look like? And we just started to play and experiment a bit. And, I'm not going to lie to you, like, we still had bad days. We had good days and bad days, but I can say hand on heart that the good days were more frequent, keeping this in mind. And maybe the bad days, we found a mindfulness around them to make them a little less bad, even though that sometimes they just sucked, because that's what it was like at that time. Anyway, there's a bit of delving for you into this question of what matters, and maybe for you, maybe you just want to soak it in, and I don't know why people watch this channel, I suppose. And thank you, by the way. Thank you for giving your precious time to this inquiry. I really appreciate it. And maybe for you, you have a leaning toward the lyrical, and you like delving and exploring, and maybe there's also practical value for you. Maybe there's a takeaway for you this week around stopping every now and again and asking, gee, it seems like everything matters right now to everyone all the time, but in this moment, in this particular context, what matters most? What do I want to call on or bring into being or bring into this relationship? Or what kind of outcome do I want to move toward given what's happening around me? What's realistic and what's possible, and what might I do? And just to bring a playfulness to that, I think that's the other thing that I think this song is trying to capture in a humorous way, is the sort of uptightness and obsession and seriousness that we get around things. And what's it like to just breathe and just Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There's some things that matter, and maybe I've lost sight of them. If I could just remember them and then hold lightly and play with them, maybe that could make a difference for myself and others. I hope that's useful. Please press like if you like. See ya.